Hey everyone! Welcome back. I am back today with more Vinland Saga. You guys, last time was so flippin' good. And I know you guys were just like waiting for me to get to this point because apparently the I Have No Enemies is iconic and I can absolutely see why. I have a lot to get into. As you know, I tend to get a little verbose in these Vinland Saga reactions. So I'll do my best to keep it brief. But before I do all that, I do just want to say if you're joining me early today, you know just what that means. It means you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so very much. And as always, I'm sending up those big old hugs right through that screen. And if not, still thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon is going to be in that description down below. And if you're joining me on those YouTubes, I really hope you'll hit like and also subscribe for me. That does help me and my channel a whole lot. So thank you in advance for that. All right, you guys. We had such a big episode last time. We had Thorfinn getting the snot beaten out of him. He made, and you guys were saying this in the comments too, like he made so much more of an impression doing that. Like he gained so much more respect, I think, than if he had just tried to take them out, which we know that he could have taken them out like very, very easily. But there's something about the fact that he just the way he did it too. Like the guy was like, he couldn't even get in the last hit. He couldn't even get in the last hit, you guys. It was so epic. It was so well done. And he just, he gained their respect in a way that I think is unparalleled. Like, even compared to, using force or violence against them. And, yeah, I think that's kind of, the point of the big message of this whole arc has been, there are other ways to get your point across. The meeting with Canute was even better than I thought it would be. Honestly, I didn't know where we were going with it at first when he was doing the whole thing with the waves. I'm like, whoa. And apparently that really happened. So I get so much info from my comments. Thank you guys so much. Apparently that actually, historically accurately happened, that he did the waves. I don't know what the context was or if it was similar to this, but you know, I think the point of that, first I thought he really thought he did it, and I'm like, oh my god, Canute. When we do it here, I didn't know. But yeah, I think a lot of the point of what he was trying to get across there was that, in a lot of ways, he feels like Thorfinn does, that things can't stay the way that they are. The way that things are not right, and he wants to change that. The problem is, and I was saying this a little bit in my reaction, and you guys kind of echoed it to me, the issue is that he doesn't really see how his actions are affecting everybody. He thinks he's working towards a path for peace, and he even wants to save the Vikings. He wants to change them for the better. He wants to change everything for the better. The problem is the choices he's making to do that, he's not seeing the full impact of it, because there's no way for him to know, with the way that he was, I think more or less kind of I don't want to say shelter, but maybe he's insulated as the king from the way that his decisions affect a lot of the people. And it is a huge responsibility. Don't get me wrong. I know he has a huge weight on his shoulders, but he is insulated from the way it would affect somebody like Einar. And that's why I'm so glad that Einar was in there heck you. I've seen what your decisions do to people, and no freaking thank you. My guy Einar, you guys, mwah, just, and you know what, I don't even want to say it, because I'm I really thought he would die by this point, and I don't even want to say, oh yeah, I'm not even going to say it and jinx it, but thank God for him. Anyway, you know, Thorfinn, on the other hand, has really seen, he's been on all sides of it now. He's been the warrior. He's been around royalty. He's been the slave. I think he has a better idea of where this is going than Canute does. The problem is, I don't think Canute's going to listen. And we're not really in a position to make Canute listen. because we're doing like a non-violent kind of approach. So like, what do you do? And you know, somebody brought up another good point, and that's that like, how do you, as if from Canute's point of view, if you're using force only to bring about something that you feel is like a greater good, where do you draw the line on that? Where do you draw the line? And Thorfinn had gotten into this a little bit, like, what is the first option? Consequently, what, like, where do we draw the line? Where do we draw the line? When do you begin? When is it appropriate to start using violence? And where is the line? You know what I mean? Because the only thing about, like, the approach where you're kind of, like, balancing it is, like, who decides the balance? The king? Because he is the king. And he can basically go as far as he wants. It's subjective. He doesn't seem to approve of, like, he's rejecting a lot of, like, I feel like the teachings about God, because he feels like that is how we ended up here. Like, there is this world set in motion that has gone awry, and it's up to him to fix it. So he's not, I could be wrong, but I don't think he's looking to God for that. Like, so, like, who decides, you know, like, where do you draw the line? But yeah, so anyway, so it was a fascinating conversation. I don't think Canute is going to hear him out. I don't think we're convincing Canute, at least this way. I don't know if there's a way to like really show, like the way the show of that he did when he was taking the punches, like that showed those individuals he earned their respect. I don't know. What does that look like with Canute? I do not know. But you guys, I'm already getting long. I feel like I just started talking. I feel like I literally only really talked about one scene. It was a big scene though. Oh yeah. And by the way, the I have no enemies. Iconic. You guys said it's viewed that way in the community as well. I can see why. Thors will be proud. Thors is looking down. Very proud. I'm proud. We're all proud. So yeah, guys, this is getting long. Without further ado, what do you say we go ahead and we jump right into the penultimate episode of Season 2 of Vinland Saga. Let's do this. Oh, Dad's gonna get up in here. Of course he is. He really did level with them too. Like I appreciate that, you know. Or is there a part of you that believes that you can? Oh, cute little sheeps. That's not true. That kind of thinking is not going to get you anywhere good. I really truly believe that you do not believe that. You're being conflicted that way. He's dangerous because he's thinking in a way that's making you think about what you're doing. That's not bad. He's dangerous because he wants to change things. But so do you, Canute. You want to change things too. Don't listen to your dad. Don't listen to the head of your dad. What? Huh? Oh, he's saying they'll run. He's saying they'll just back down? I'm not. Yeah, see, the thing is, like, he doesn't know the right answers either. He's like, why won't you fight? He was trying to reason with you. He wasn't trying to scold you. He was trying to get through to you. Oh God! Canute can't take this. What he... Oh yeah, he's not okay. He's not alright. He's not alright. He's not okay. You actually tried to reason with him. That should tell you something. Right! Exactly. That was the plan. He just can't get over it. It's so... You've never participated in peace talks this genuine before. Did that do something for you, Canute? Does that do... See, that's the thing. That should tell you something right there. That you know the kind of warrior he was. He is a beautiful man. He is. He's beautiful inside and out. Let's not actually tell Canute. Yeah, I was gonna say, I love you, babe. Don't actually tell him. He's like, I'll find it eventually. Will? Right. Oh, so if he was back into a corner, then he might have to fight. Wow. And the sun is just set while we're talking. If you want to look at it that way, yeah. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Eventually, it's just gonna consume you. It already is starting to consume you. He's like, do better! Do better! Yeah. Thors. So they're basically coming to take the farm. They're coming to take the farm. Oh my god, they left! Oh my god, he honest to god left. Oh, you know what? You know what? I honest to god can't believe it. He actually left. He actually left. I can't believe that. He got through to him. That wasn't the way. That wasn't the way to lead. Oh. Canute, I'm proud of you. What? Canute? I thought you were going down a bad path. I think there's hope for you yet. There's always hope. But I think maybe today you made a decision to get a little bit further away from the head. Now you get that somebody else sees your dream and wants to make it. Are you serious? I love this. I love this. I love this. Oh my god, I was just gonna say, like, this is more peaceful than it could have been. Wow, he did? So he did cut down. That was the thing he was doing. He could have done in the first place, right? And he was like, nah, I don't want to dwindle my army. Okay. Are you serious? That made more of an impression on them. You took away other than force, and it proved something to them. You did exactly what Thorfinn did. I'm so proud of Canute right now. Holy freaking crap. I'm so proud of him right now. This turned around so fast. Are you kidding me? I am so happy with how this worked out. I cannot believe it worked out this well. Oh, he's still like a little bruised. Just paying our respects. Just going to see our love. He's remembering those words. Oh. It's interesting that I never put that together, the way that those two connect. He's got a lot on his mind. You're not alone. You're not alone. Let's go. Yeah, I think we should go. I think we should go. Yeah. It's waiting for us. Come on. Right. But the more you think about it, the more you think that there's hope out there of things changing. That's what do you say in that moment? I get it. Yeah. I know at that point it's like you just want her to be with her family again. We want to create that world. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. I believe in you. Yeah, place where we can belong and feel safe and have hope. Then we'll make it. We'll make it happen. Yeah. I'm so proud of you. God, I am so proud of you. Thor's will be so proud of you. He's watching over you. He's proud. We are. We're family now. We're family now. Go with him. Go with him. Right. One day when you see her again. Oh, shoot. Oh. I am so... Yes, because now we have someone in mind that we're actually thinking of when we're building this better world. We have such a personal motivation now, and she's watching and she's proud. If they cut away to her and Heaven like watching, and she's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't think I can take that. I don't think I can take most of what they've thrown at me, but I definitely can't take that. Bye. Oh wow! Bye, friends. All the people who kind of like were cool to us. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's cool. He gave him the credit. Oh, we know. You're a real one. Today you taught us a better way. Stop. You inspired a lot of people. You have real strength. You showed some real strength too, friend. You really did. Yeah, please protect it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They put a lot of work into that farm. You make sure those fields are good. Yay! Sverkel, you changed his life. You changed his life. You. Don't be humble. You're a real one. You've always been a real one. His real name! Good to know. Nice to meet you officially. Thank you. Please be well. Take good care of each other. Be well. And just start right now. Just putting something different into the world. And there she is. She's seeing you off. She's seeing you off. She really is. I didn't bring any tissues. Oh, is this? Oh. Yeah, you've got a lot to think about. You have got a lot to think about. I hope you do better. I hope you make better decisions. That's all I want. Oh! Oh, they're out in the fields. He's with, I think that was the same girl, by the way. You guys were telling me that was the same girl that we saw in the last episode. And so are they going to kind of get together? He's going to be in charge of the farm now. Carve it. And oh my God, they're doing farm work now. They did it. They're becoming real farmers. Snake. Carve it into your flesh. Carve it into the land. They're carving a new way. They're carving a whole new way. Oh, God bless it. Carve it into the sea. Oh, wow. What are you up to? Carve it into your spoils. Carve it into your enemies. Carve what you feel into me. Are we carving her name, maybe? Yeah, we know you've been through a lot as well. We know a different way now. We know there's more than just pain. They changed everything. Maybe just for a couple people, but they changed everything. And they're going to change more. Yeah. They can do it. Right. Some places. That's, that quote is from earlier. Carve that encounter into me. Is that the end of the episode? If that's the end of the episode, if they just left me on that, I'm just... I absolutely love this episode because it shows so well how important your decisions are and how big an impact you can have with the things that you do, the words that you speak. I literally cannot believe that we reached Canute that way. I really cannot even believe it. I'm just sitting here and I'm just like, I was in shock. Because I'm like, do you see the chain reaction that was produced here? Because we've seen an awful lot of bad chain reactions. And I just love the way that we started putting forth good chain reactions into the world, because that decision to take the beatings, that influenced them to let him get to Canute. And his decision to say, if you will not hear me out, I will withdraw. That made an impression on Canute. And Canute just did... I literally cannot believe it. I literally cannot believe that we... Dang it, guys. They get me every freaking time. And I did not bring tissues this time. And I'm just... You know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. I love that. And I'll just reiterate that, like, what we saw here was a chain reaction of love instead of violence. It's just as powerful. The decisions you make and the words you speak, they're just as powerful, even if they're not powerful or strong in the way that, like, everyone thinks they should be. Like, the strength at this time was like a brute force. And every decision made here was so important. Olmar, a couple episode or two ago, making the decision to, like, no, we are going to turn away from the battle, gave them an opening to be able to go and talk to Canute. Taking the beatings, got him in front of Canute, making the decision to not retaliate, made an impression on Canute. I did not know where that scene was going, I will tell you right now. right up until they showed him leaving. I could not believe it. I could not believe. Like, I was just waiting. I was waiting for the shoe to drop. I was waiting for something to happen where it was like, no, sorry, not today. Peace is not going to win out today. I literally cannot believe that things went that way. And this whole thing, we know, the whole thing with the farms, was because he wouldn't reduce the army. If we'd reduce the army, takes care of the financial problems. We reduce the army, not only do we not have to go invade the farms, but that proved something. And he was really accepted as the king. That is just so flippin' beautiful. That is so beautiful. And I know that, like, what they're doing on the show is historically accurate. So I know that must have, something to that effect really happened, which is amazing. I don't know how much is added and how much is, but I know that in general, we are following kind of the general path of correctness. I think that Thorfinn showing that someone as, because last time they saw each other, he was just completely, there was just nothing in his heart but revenge and hate and rage. And to see him so totally different gave Canute hope that there was somebody out there who had the same way of thinking of him as him, that people really can change, that even the most violent person can choose peace. And I mean, Canute made decisions here as well, because his dad was taunting him like, that person's dangerous. He wants to, you got to take him out. And Canute didn't do it. He was genuine with him. Like, I'm so proud of Canute. I was so proud of Thorfinn last episode, and I still am. I'm so proud of Canute. There were 3 men that made very, very, very tough decisions, unpopular decisions in the last 3 episodes. And all of them, I feel like, matured and became better people and put better things into the world because of it. They put a little bit more life instead of death into the world because of it. Olmar, Thorfinn, and Canute. And Snake, in the end, too, decided to take Sverkel up on his offer to just be a farmer and to put life into the world. And I love that. And Pater was such a real one. Super MVP here. And just, it's crazy to think that this farm is such a small part of the world. And yet so much changed here. So much changed here. It's just beautiful. I just love it. I love the message. I really do. I, honest to God, was just waiting for it all to go wrong. And it didn't. I'm just so freaking happy. Now, I do know that, like, as you know, like, the fact that I'm not really privy to a lot of, like, historical information has kept me rather spoiler-free, if you want to call it that, if you want to put it that way. Oh, man, I have no tissues up here. This was a bad move on my part, you guys. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway, what was I saying? I do know that eventually they get to Vinland because of historical information, not because of the show. But I do know that eventually there will be at least like a brief settling, I guess, in Vinland. Like, that much was told to me of historical information. So that's all I know. So I know that, like, when we're talking about going and, like, making it where it's like, I know that it's not a straight line and there's going to be a lot of bad stuff that happens after them. But I still like to believe that because of the decisions that they made, there was a little bit less. There was a little bit less awfulness in the world. Even if it was just for a time, you know, it still had an impact. And that's the thing is, like, I feel like where Canute's coming from, he wants to change everything. And if he's like, I gotta crack a few eggs to make an omelet, that's his way of seeing it. But what Thorfinn is saying is, I can't do much, but I can do something. And I will do it as peacefully as I can to the best of my ability. I won't give up on it. And he's like closing the gap of where Canute can't reach. And I just love that they see each other as allies now. I love that. I love how that went. That went so much better than I thought. I mean, just infinitely better than I would have imagined. I can't get over it. But here's the thing though, is that even if you only make things better for a few people for a little while, you still made a difference. It's great to want to reach for like the big goal, and like in a way you got to admire Canute for like being that ambitious. But I think he learned something important here today, and that's that the little choices matter, and the things that things that you think are just going to be like just fodder along the way, they matter. You know, the choices you make that affect people that you can't see, they matter. And, like, I just love how he was like, this is the weirdest peace talk I've ever had. Yeah, because it's the first one you've had where the other person is genuinely interested in nothing but making the world a better place. There's no political agenda. There's no nothing. He is coming to you and bearing his... I freaking love this show, you guys. I freaking love it. I am going to be so sad when there's no more Vinland Saga to watch. But I'll tell you what, this was such an amazing season. We still have one left to go, so I'm going to wrap it up. I have to go and try and fix my makeup now. It's a lost cause, but it's all good, guys. I'd say battle scars, but oh, that takes on a whole new meaning in the show. So, all right, you guys, I loved it. I hope you enjoyed watching along with me. I hope you enjoyed I legitimately just was on a roller coaster ride in this one. I really did not know where we were going, and I did not think it was here. But yeah, so I hope that you will join me next time, as they love to not tug at my heartstrings so much as slice them in half and just break me open. So please be sure to join me next time, and we will watch it together. Bye for now, guys.